Welcome everyone to Mission Millennial Z Alpha Generations, where we share the other side of the creation story with today's youth. Now today's video is entitled James Tour's Unanswerable Challenge to Origin of Life Researchers Who Claim to Have Created Life in the Lab. A popular urban legend that's out there in the ether, so to speak. And James Tour is very good at exposing this urban legend. In fact, I'm going to review just two things I want to do in this video. One, I want to review his recent post on Facebook, the video he posted. It's very brief, like about 60 seconds or so. And also, I want to post my 20-minute speech, the segment of my 20-minute speech that I did in a YouTube video I posted 2 weeks ago entitled The Theistic Debate Challenge. I did a 20-minute speech, and I'm going to quote from a segment of it as it relates to the origin of life research. So let's jump right into the video, and I think you'll find this very interesting.
Do you believe that God actively intervenes in the universe to create life?
Let me first say that I have never approached the origin of life question, bringing God into this. I don't.
So when he says that he doesn't bring God into it, here's what he means. James Tour is considered to be a methodological naturalist scientist. Now you may wonder, how can you be a Christian theist and be called a methodological naturalist scientist? Well, when he goes into the lab, he puts his jacket on, so to speak, his lab jacket. He doesn't bring God into the issue. He deals purely with natural law. The same natural law, the same natural laws and the same natural science that scientists says answers all of life's important questions, like how the universe came into existence, but more particularly as it relates to this video, how that first self-replicating cell, that so-called first self-replicating cell, came about naturalistically. So this is what he gets into. His whole YouTube channel, his whole speeches, all his interviews are pretty much focused on that one thing. The naturalist scientists have not, origin of life scientists in particular, have not produced the goods. So let's pick back up to it again.
Have to. Every one of the chemical questions that I put before you, I never mentioned God. There's multiple reasons for that. One of the reasons is I don't have to. The chemistry itself screams out, didn't happen this way. And the other thing is, if I mention God in it, people will say, oh, he's God of the gaps, he's a religious guy, and they can't pick on my religion, they can't pick on my nationality, they can't pick on my skin color. All of these are taboo, but they can still say, Tour's a creationist.
Now that's sad that they have this buzzword that they use. Academia uses this buzzword. If you step outside the bounds of what we allow, we're going to call you a creationist. That's a dirty word nowadays. And so that's supposed to stop people from considering the theistic position. Oh, they're creationists. Oh, yeah. So, I guess you're supposed to equate that to flat earthers or what have you. But that's really sad. But anyway, let's pick back up again.
That's the last word. And when they say Tour's a creationist, then on that basis, they want to dismiss me. So I never bring this in.
All right. So there you have a little snippet of James Tour. And let's get right into my theistic debate challenge as it relates to the origin of life and origin of life research, so forth. Let's just read a snippet of that. I'll put the link for the Theistic Debate Challenge. If you haven't watched it, go in the description. You'll see the link there, and you can respond to it. 3. DNA information origin of life argument for God's existence. Premise 1. DNA contains the digital, computer-like information code required to build the first living cells. As Stephen Meyer stated, quote, molecular biology has revealed in the presence of living cells an exquisite world of informational nanotechnology of digital code in DNA and RNA, tiny, intricately constructed molecular machines, a complex digital processing system which vastly exceeds our most advanced digital high technology. Bill Gates stated, DNA is like a computer program, but far, far more advanced than any software ever created. Now think about that for a second. If DNA is that complex, it's more complex than anything we ever created, then how did it arise by mere accidental chance processes? I mean, like lightning striking Darwin's warm little pond? Is that how it was supposed to happen? As a lot of our atheist friends suggest? Well, let's get back to number 2. According to our repeated and uniform experience, specified information is always traced back to a mind. Complex specified information is always traced back to a mind. No mind, no specified information. Premise 3, no materialistic minds existed at the conception of the very first life. Even atheists who believes aliens seeded the first life don't deny this premise. Panspermists, that's what you call, by the way, those who believe the aliens did it. They're the ones who believe that. The people will say the Anunnaki seeded the first life, perhaps, or what have you. Chariot of the gods type of stuff. And why did they say that? Because they know it couldn't happen by chance. That first cell is too complex for that. All right, conclusion. The evidence points to a supernatural mind being responsible for life's origin while simultaneously pointing away from the atheist assertion that the first life self-created by a mindless, undirected process. Now we're almost done here. Now while we're on the subject of minds, consider the a fortiori argument for an intelligent designer. To illustrate a fortiori, if I can't lift 100 pounds, it's even more logically certain I cannot lift 1,000 pounds. A fortiori, the even more certain argument. The human brain is the most complex structure in the universe, possessing more information processing units than all the computers, routers, and internet connections on Earth. If modern computers require a designer, how much more certain did the origin of the human brain require one? Note, the naturalist causally bankrupt trinity of time, chance, evolution can't even produce the individual parts of a laptop or brain, let alone the individual structures themselves. So we'll end it right there with that excerpt. If you like this video, I hope it was beneficial for you. This little foray into James Tour again. I would highly suggest, well, first of all, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe and pass these videos on to others you think might benefit from them. We appreciate it. We thank you for those of you who have subscribed and those of you who have left comments, good or bad. We take the good, bad, and ugly, and we try to respond to all the comments as much as we can, even the bad ones, well, bad meaning the critical ones. So I want to end with this. I'm exhorting people to check into the experts. I'm trying to connect lay people like myself with, and you, most of you who listen are probably lay people, try to connect you with the experts. And so the last thing I would want you to check into is this video by Dr. Stephen C. Meyer interviewing Dr. James Tour. And the name of the video is Smoke and Mirrors, Tour and Meyer Assess the Origin of Life Experiments. I'll leave the link in the description so you can check that out. Now, if you're an atheist or an agnostic and you're going to criticize what I'm saying here, that's fine, but at least watch that before you do. I think you'll be shocked, or you should be shocked, that the Origin of Life community really has not delivered the goods that the public, the average person in the public, thinks they have delivered. But candid quotes from these Origin of Life researchers themselves actually show you that they haven't even come close. As Dr. Tour said, the goalposts are getting farther and farther apart the more we study the complex world, the mind-blowing world that God created within DNA. So I'll leave you with that, and we'll see you in the next video, and thanks again. Bye-bye.